She had 3 beers and as chasers for a shot of vodka.
She was how old?
14. She coded. They got her back, but she coded. Heart stopped, breathing stopped. Code blue. And she was 0.21, excuse me. Okay? So, you got to look at this variable tolerance thing. I mean, it's individually variable. So we've lost people, she coded, right? But she was at the hospital. They brought her back. 0.21. Fraternity hazing initiations 0.33. Theoretically, people could die at any level, really, depending on what's going on with it.
Wait,
So,
4 drinks?
huh?
She had 4
She had 4 drinks, a shot and three buds. Okay, so 4 doses. So 100-pound female, 4 doses. Yeah, hospital basically said she was at 0.21. So the challenge is, right, here you are, you didn't know this was a trap, okay? But they need you to be binge drinking. That's one of the indicators we look at. And that's why they have binge drinking in single containers. Because they know if you ain't strung out by the time you're 15, you probably ain't gonna be. Because they basically read the same government-sponsored prevention research that we do. But they use it on the other side. Right? So, I mean, some of this stuff is predictable, but you gotta know this information. So, a number of us, when we started, I've been working here 20 years, but in the field for 40, so 20 years ago, or actually 25 years ago when I was at Churchill, let's try and have the laws change so that, if I may use this as a prop, you have this information on each unit of alcohol. No. Takes an act of Congress, and we have the best politicians money can buy, and guess whose pocket they're in? Well, how about on the carton? Well, no. It's called preemption. All right? So, been basically waging this prevention guerrilla war, saying, okay, think of it in doses. Think of what your ideal body weight is. Because I actually tried to do LCC policy. I said, let's just do abstinence. Don't show up to work drunk or stoned. Real simple. Abstinence policy. Oh, well, we have a culinary program. Well, that doesn't matter. You still shouldn't show up drunk to work. Would you want any of your instructors loaded in the classroom? No.
I've noticed that some beers are actually putting serving size on there with caloric intake and.
Yeah, but is it blood alcohol level related?
It doesn't show blood alcohol level,
Yeah.
but it is showing, with the 12-ounce beers that this is 1 serving.
Yeah, but that's based on the calories.
Well, and a bag of potato chips does that too, but the bag is the serving.
Yeah, right.
You look there and go, oh, it's
Uh-huh.
serving.
Yeah,
Well,
I almost fell
don't
into
do
that
it on-
trap
they
with
don't do
kettle
it on
chips
carton.
today, right? It said, it says, 150 calories per serving. And then I looked, there's 2 servings in this little dinky bag? I mean, who's going to eat half a bag of potato chips? So that could be misleading.
Right, but that's what I was saying, is at least they're starting to put something out there where there wasn't, like,
Yeah.
10 years ago. I
Right.
know there wasn't anything on it. The hard alcohol bottles, they don't. They have an alcohol by volume, no serving whatsoever.
Right.
But at least the 12-ounce beers are saying this 1 serving has so many calories.
Yeah.
And it's showing that is 1 serving.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
they're slowly
Yeah.
making a progress.
yeah.
They're only doing that though for all the chicks out there wanting to lose weight. They'll drink
Oh,
more
there
of
are
that
more
beer.
boys out there that want
Yeah.
their calories
Yeah.
than girls.
Yeah. Okay, so. All right, so progressive intoxication, alcohol and volatile inhalants. So volatile inhalants are things like this marker, Glade, glue, gasoline, paint. The reason I'm mentioning Glade is because I had a kid in Churchill that was huffing Glade. He said it was like a 5-minute acid trip or something. Don't try this at home. That basically what he was experiencing was real-time destruction of brain tissue. So,
My girlfriend used to do it in high school.
yeah, Glade?
Yes.
Yeah, right. So,
Yep.
I knew the meme was out there. So, here's how progressive intoxication works. Anxiety is a form of fear. All right? So when people say that they're drinking for social lubrication, say if you're, heterosexual and you're a guy and you see this hot chick across the room, so you drink a little to be able to go rap your rap to her, right? Okay, so you're a little uptight, you're a little anxious, anxiety, that's fear. So what you do is you drink a little alcohol to take the edge off that anxiety, right? But that's above normal. So what you essentially, the next level is normal. So you want to get to below normal so that you feel less anxious and you get anxiety relief. All right? That's the goal, the drug goal. Remember, addiction is goal-oriented. Right? So that's the goal behind that. So what they're trying to reach, and the reason I'm saying this is the safe dosage for you if you're non-addictive, you don't have the excluding conditions like pregnancy, etc., is you want disinhibition. Social lubrication. Now, disinhibition doesn't mean you take your clothes off. It simply means you will talk to strangers. Right? This is why bartenders are amateur shrinks. Because people have actually got past this point. But disinhibition basically starts, social lubrication starts at about 0.02. Now notice this. So this is basically progressive intoxication using alcohol, and it's basically alcohol, but volatile inhalants work on the brain similarly, except they're more dangerous because you don't do dosage. So after 0.02, you get initial memory impairment. So memory impairment doesn't mean that your memory is erased. It just means the access is slower. So understand how alcohol works. It does slot into GABA receptor sites, but overall it basically is starving the brain cells of oxygen. So it's like putting a plastic bag over your head and breathing your own CO2. Right? So what happens is the brain is designed to lose the least life-threatening functions first. Anxiety is one of them. Okay? Inhibitions, that's like a subprogram, like software, right? So initial memory impairment. So it doesn't mean that you can't remember, it's just that you're slower to remember. Then impaired judgment at 0.04. So do you understand you need memories? Hey, red means stop. Yellow does not mean go faster if I'm a bus driver or a limo driver. Judgment, okay? In order to have judgment, you need memory, right? You have memory impairment, your judgment starts getting compromised, and that's why 0.04 is legally drunk if you have a commercial driver's license. There's a reason for that, right? Okay, so this has been done in laboratory tests. That's why legally drunk is the way it is, because the science has backed up the dosage that way. So impaired judgment, 0.04, which is really not too far away from 0.08, which is impaired coordination. Reaction times, among other things. Should I stop? Or can I stop? That's the difference. Should I stop? Can I stop? Impaired coordination. So that's why legally drunk is 0.08. Across the board. Doesn't matter what your tolerance is. Tolerance is about how you feel and how drunk you feel, which changes because your nervous system is constantly adapting. So you can't go on how you feel. Impaired speech happens at 0.08. Remember having this argument when I was trying to have an abstinence policy for LCC, And Dudical was saying at faculty council, well, Mark, we don't want people running afoul of your policy just because they get a carafe of wine at Mozzie's and they're slurring their speech. I had to be diplomatic. No, fool. I'm thinking, no, fool. If they're slurring their speech, they're past legally drunk. If they are too drunk to drive a car, maybe they shouldn't be in front of a classroom. What do you think? I'm having this argument with my colleagues. Who drinks and comes to work?
That's the norm, don't you know?
I don't, okay, for actors. So, and Shakespearean English teachers, maybe. I'm sorry, but that's a stereotype, You gotta laugh at this stuff because people would just drive you crazy otherwise, right? So, hypnosis. Now, hypnosis simply means just like, you're kind of staring off into space for a long time. And blackouts can start at this level. So I'm going to use an imperfect analogy for describing what a blackout is. Okay? The brain is not a video camera. Okay? It's not tape. There's not a record head recording memories. It doesn't work like that. Okay? So that's the analogy I'm using, but it's wrong. Okay? I'm just using it because it works to explain what's going on. All right? So short-term memory is today to last week. 7 days. In order to get into long-term memory, it has to be in short-term memory first. If it stays in short-term memory for a week, boom, long-term memory. Okay? So the record head is on for short-term memory. Alcohol is starving the brain of oxygen, so memory formation stops in real time. What a blackout is there's no record head going on the tape. Okay? So you don't remember the party, but you remember how to get home. Okay? That's how it works. Right? You stop processing memory in real time, but you know how to get home if you've been living there for longer than a week. I don't know what happens if you're homeless and drunk. Can you make it back to the same spot? I don't know. Inquiring minds may want to know that, okay? So you can begin blackouts definitely at some point after 0.08. We don't know exactly because who's done the lab work. I can just say, using the standards that we've developed scientifically, we know blackouts will happen at some point after this. And that's going to be variable depending on who it is. Clinical anesthesia. We have a word for this. He felt no pain. Okay? The brain is no longer processing pain signal in real time. That means you can hit somebody over the head with a chair and they won't feel it. People tend to get combative here. Because remember, they're probably in a blackout. So they don't remember what the insulting thing that you said, even if you said it, it might be somebody else from their long-term memory, and they get combative. Right? And if you hit them, they might not feel it. This is the level that they used to get in the Civil War. If they ran out of morphine, they get you drunk on whiskey and then they could saw off your leg because you couldn't feel it. Not making that up. That's history. That's why he felt no pain. That's where that came from. Incontinence. So understand, unless there's something physically happening, your potty training is software and hardware. Right? So, when we hear people say, shit-faced, okay, pissy drunk, that's where that came from. The brain is still breathing for you. Okay, potty training, look, we're focusing on breathing, okay? You lose your potty training, you lose your potty training, sorry. Now, a lot of people, look, your reaction is typical, but I'm training prevention gorillas, so you need to understand what this means. If they've lost their potty training, they're just above coma. They're about to code on you. Okay? So a lot of people don't necessarily monitor their friends at a party. Okay, you see this chick, you know, lying on the couch, or if you're not going to sexually assault her, right? Oh, he pissed on himself, or she pissed on themselves. Ha 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 ha. Let them sleep it off. Okay, are you monitoring their vitals? You checking their pulse? You watching their breathing? Oh, you're sloshed too. Sorry if I have issues with this. Pisses me off royally. All right, incontinence, coma. So, coma is when you're breathing, your brain is still breathing for you and beating your heart. Basically in that order. Right? So, next thing to go, logically, is breath. Remember, you're breathing, when you're normally asleep, you don't have to consciously breathe. Your brain's breathing for you. Normally, that's what the case is. That's the last thing to go in terms of survival. Breathing goes, then heart goes 5 minutes later. No heart rate. So breathing, you'll turn blue. Also, lack of heart rate, you'll turn blue. So that's why you start CPR. Make sure that you clear your airway and basically do the chest compressions. We're not doing the breathing thing anymore. Then death. So that's why I gave you the LD50s between 0.21, 0.35, and then LD50, 45 to 0.50. Now, the reason I included volatile inhalants in this is also, some things are toxic enough so that they do act like alcohol, but some things are toxic enough by themselves that they can basically stop your breathing with a single huff. So again, we haven't factored in tolerance with this. Too complicated. But it is a factor. We also haven't dealt with polypharmacy. That is, the kid that I talked about a couple of weeks ago, 8 bars of Xanax, which you're only supposed to take 1 or half of 1, and he took 8 and then half a gallon of vodka. Okay, you're still alive and awake. Wow, okay. What that tells me is you've got a whopping genetic tolerance, because that's probably too big for you to develop on your own as a 17-year-old, though, hey, I can believe 6 impossible things before breakfast, so that could be one of them. All right. Okay, we have 2 minutes. They haven't gotten to me. So, blood alcohol level. So, an email, what is BAC? Blood alcohol concentration, also known as blood alcohol level. At what is the amount at which person is legally drunk? That varies from state to state. Well, you have it. By comparison, 1 minute. Copy that. Sweden, it's legally drunk is 0.04. And you can lose your license for a first offense for 6 months. It's illegal. There is no alcohol advertising in country. There is no alcohol available for sale after a certain time in the day, and not on weekends at all. Okay? No, this is Sweden. The people who bring you Absolute vodka. Absolute vodka ads are illegal in Sweden.
Wait, and they are from Sweden?
Yeah. No. Less. 0.04.
Is that for like just
If you're working,
or
or is that just in general?
I was like,
But you're driving your car.
Commercial driver's license is, if you have a commercial driver's license, it's 0.04. Period. Yeah. Either way. If you're off work, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.